Yeah, welcome back. Illegal miners are destroying water sources used for irrigation, putting cocoa farmers at Winchin, the western north region, at risk of losing their farms. Farmers say the continuous contamination of the Chini River for mining purposes has already had a negative effect on their yields. Nanaya Ojima traveled to the affected community and filed this.
13-year-old Lauren Shapia makes her way to the borehole to fetch water for house chores. It is the only source of potable water for the Wenchi community. The two other boreholes here have broken down. Other children wait in turns to fill their containers with water. Fetching water in the afternoon is the only way these kids will be able to escape the morning water queue. She says, we queue for about an hour before we are able to get water to prepare for school. Aside this place, there is no potable water. The River Chine, which has served the community for years, is heavily polluted by illegal miners. It looks brownish, unfit for household chores. She says, the river was the only alternative source of water for us. Today, it can't be used for anything. The Western North region has an agrarian economy, with cocoa being the major produce. At Chine, a community before Wenchi, farms and water bodies are being destroyed by illegal miners in search of gold. I stand in the middle of about 10 hectares of land degraded by illegal miners. Before now, this whole place used to be cocoa farms, but today, the whole area has been taken over by illegal miners, destroying all the cocoa trees here. Farmers at Wenchi have their farms intact, but cannot access water for their crops. They want government intervention to protect their source of income.
We used to drink the river in the farm. Sometimes we cooked with it. But today, we can't use it for anything. We can't carry water from the home to water the farms due to the distance. Farming is becoming too difficult.
She says, our farms are being destroyed. Some of us survive on the farms too. If this is not halted, it will be hard to make ends meet.
We
voted for the NPP government to deal with these miners. If they are unable to do it, then he must leave.
Some assembly members in the Bibiani and Nyuaso Bekwai district say the local assembly has not done enough to halt the destruction. Kwame Asamoah is one of them.
So the people are suffering. Sometimes it got to a time they start robbing people over here. But when there was no any Galamsey activities, people can move here from 1 a.m. to the next morning without any attack. So it's affecting our water bodies, our farm. They cannot farm in again because their life in danger.
Illegal mining in these cocoa growing areas threatens the country's sustainable cocoa production. The attainment of goals 1 and 6 of the Sustainable Development Goals, bordering on poverty eradication and access to clean water, could be missed. From the Western North region for Joy News, Nanaya Ojima reporting.
And we're joined via Zoom by Head of Public Affairs at Cocoa Board, Fifi Boafo. We're so grateful, Fifi, that you joined us, but of course the news isn't all that good. What exactly is happening with Cocoa Board's quest to ensure that Ghana's cocoa lands are safe and secure from the hands and practices of illegal miners?
Thanks for the opportunity, Charles. It's unfortunate we keep recording incidents such as this, and on weekly basis, we have farmers who come to us with complaints as to things like this happening. It's unfortunate, and our expectation is that these things
I'm afraid we'd have to reconnect to get back to Fifi Boafo, the head of public affairs at Cocoa Board, regarding the issues of illegal mining at the Western North region. Of course, cocoa farmers there are raising stark challenges regarding the impact it's having on not just their cocoa farms, but as well the water bodies there, which of course is affecting the health, affecting the economy, and affecting the finances in this regard. Let's try our best once again to reconnect with Fifi Boafo to see if he could hear us once again. Fifi Boafo, you have seen the video for yourself, we've heard the report. What exactly is happening?
If you can hear me, what I was saying is that it's unfortunate that we keep recording these incidents in our cocoa growing communities. The effect of these activities are very serious, one on our country, the people who are involved in the cocoa farm and the communities, and as well as the cocoa farmers. We believe that these are activities that we should be able to, as a collective, stop it from ongoing, because if it continues, its effects is there. However, let me be quick to add that we've engaged the Ministry for Lands and Natural Resources, the Minerals Commission, for them to help us in dealing with this issue, because this is not something Cocoa Board on its own can unilaterally deal with. However, Cocoa Board at the moment has given out information to farmers that in any situation whereby you have these galamsey operators or illegal miners coming to your farm, it is important to draw our attention immediately for us to take legal action on your behalf. Because what we realized over the period is the fact that most of the farmers on their own lack the capacity to challenge some of these actions in court, for which reason the people feel emboldened to trample on the rights of these farmers. So going forward, the expectation is that whenever farmers suffer some of these instances, they draw our attention, and then our legal team will represent them or provide them assistance in fighting some of these challenges, because we believe that with that, we'll be able to help in solving the problem. So the expectation, as this has happened, is that immediately we'll get in touch with the affected farmers and then we'll take action on their behalf.
Somewhere last year, we saw the CEO of Cocoa Board embark on this tour of some cocoa lands across the country, and he was so much, not happy by what he saw. The fact that most of these cocoa farmlands have been taken over by illegal miners, and of course, those who are now venturing into the rubber plantation. We do know about this, the reclamation of cocoa farmlands. What exactly remains the update regarding this development?
Well, after realizing the extent of the devastation, as well as who are involved in the cocoa value chain, and of course those who have the mandate to protect the cocoa lands, we believe that with their cooperation and support, we'll be able to help deal with the issue. Of course, that's also the reason why we've now come to the conclusion that there's a need for us to give the farmers some support in fighting this legal challenge, which they have, because if the illegal miners go to the farm, they force the farmers, and the farmers do not.
I'm afraid we've lost Fifi Boafo there.
To engage our stakeholders.
We're so grateful, Fifi Boafo, for your input there. He's the head of public affairs at the Cocoa Board, the regulator for Ghana's cocoa sector, dealing with matters regarding the infiltration of cocoa farms by illegal miners. We shall keep our eye on this, especially developments happening at Western North, to give you updates as and when.